If you only knew the power of the dark side. Don't make me destroy you. If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Alright everybody, here we are in the Tomb of the Spider Queen. Let's take a look at the team lineup here. It is going to be on the blue side, Zagara, Muradin, Vala, Zeratul, and Shen. The red side will have a Jaina, Sergeant Hammer, Kerrigan, Tyrael, and a false Zeratul. I'm going to be going over a pretty popular build, at least on the competitive side of Zeratul today. I really enjoy it. It's going to be a little risky since we don't have a support. We're not going to be picking up a lot of his survivability talent, so we're going to have to rely on pure skill, which I don't have. I'm not the best Zeratul player, but I really do enjoy playing him. For my level 1 talent, I'm going to be picking up Seasoned Marksman. You could definitely go Regeneration Master. That helps a lot as well, but because it feels like you roam lanes so much in this game, Regeneration, or the Seasoned Marksman, seems like a pretty good choice, especially for this map. This seems like a great map for Zeratul. We see Sergeant Hammer in the middle lane there, and yes, please, you don't want Zeratul to be up laning by himself, so hopefully we can get some assistance up here. If somebody can actually come up there, this Jaina would be in a great position. We can actually just come here, attack her, and then blink away. But yeah, we really could use some help up in the top lane so that we can be allowed to roam and get those kills. We'll come in here, we'll clear up some of these minions, get those stacks of marksmen, and start working away on it. It looks like our buddy Muradin is showing up, so that's fantastic. Now I can go back behind enemy lines, go to stealth, and then begin the roam. So we just want to try to find enemy heroes that are low on health, and anytime we get into a situation like this, we just want to hit whatever we can, try to pick up a couple of those stacks of marksmen. It doesn't hurt to pick up gems from time to time as well, as your stealth really allows you to roam around with more of those than normal. Kerrigan does seem to not be the best target, but we can engage on her, get a little bit of damage. We're going to throw out our W ability, which is Singularity Spike. It throws out a bomb that activates shortly after attaching to its target. Slows and deals damage in an area of effect. So, very good talent. And then his Q ability is Cleave. You've probably seen me use that a few times here. I'm just going to sit here and finish cleaning up these minions since there's nobody in this middle lane. We can head up there and try to help with the top lane now. Oh, man, they're just getting cleaned the frick up there. It looks like Zagara is engaging on the enemy Tyrael. We're going to help secure that kill. Yes, we are. Bye, Tyrael, whatever your face is. Get in here. Get in here. Alright, there we go. So let's start cleaning up this mess, pick up our level 4 talent. I'm going to be grabbing Focused Attack. So now, periodically, as it says in the talent, my next auto attack is going to deal a ton more damage. And the idea of this build is to get a ton of extra auto attack damage. Muradin wants to be turning in his gems. Let's sit here and just kind of back him up. Make sure these guys aren't going to be messing with them. It looks like Tyrael is going to be coming down here. And we can... Oh boy, we've been exposed. So we're going to blink over on the other side of the wall. You don't want to be exposed as Zeratul, especially without some sort of support helping you out. The enemy Zeratul has shown himself, and we are going to attach and secure that kill just fine. This is what Zeratul excels at, cleaning up kills. When somebody has very low health, we're going to have to blink up over here and then just casually walk away. Pick up these gems here. Get those stacks of marksmen. I'm actually going to take a sip from the well just to top myself off and then head over down here where Jaina is at. And I may even end up blinking to her. There we go. We're going to finish off that kill with the help of our friends. And then mount back up and do a... Oh, Vala is going to be taken out, unfortunately, and we're in a bunch of trouble. Can we blink away? Yes, we can. We don't want to lose those 20 gems. No, sir-ee. So we are going to recall. Muradin is unable to get away with his life. I will secure his couple gems, though, and then recall to gain some of my health back. However, that Tyrael is very low on health, so maybe we'll come down in here, and we'll get Kerrigan. We'll accept Kerrigan. Enemy Zeratul is going to secure the kill, and... Oh, they're not going to get all my gems. My gems! They're not going to get the gems, doesn't look like. So that's unfortunate. Chen is roaming around with 30 of them, though, so maybe... Perhaps he picked up a few. I'm going to head down here in the bottom lane where Jaina is just wrecking our towers. We're doing okay on XP, but they're starting to, they're definitely starting to catch up. Chen. Alright, so level 7's here. We're going to be picking up follow through. This is where our damage burst is really going to come in handy, because after every ability we plant, we're going to do a bunch of extra auto attack damage. So we'll throw out our Singularity Spike, do extra damage, and this girl is not going to get away. No, you're not. You could try to hide. Let's blink up here and collect these gems. Hopefully we won't lose them all again either. And then we'll just continue to roam the map and do as much damage as humanly possible. Sergeant Hammer, I don't think we're quite ready to burst her down, unfortunately. But we can come up here and help engage on the enemy Zeratul. Oh, nope, but we can poke at Tyrael a little bit and then just step back. Unfortunately, you just have to wait for the right opportunity with Zeratul. There's no reason to go balls deep and get yourself killed. Absolutely no reason to go balls deep and get yourself killed. Looks like the enemy Tyrael is starting to roam down here, and there's Zeratul, so let's come in, do some damage to him, blink away. You basically poke and leave, poke and leave. That's what you want to do with Zeratul, otherwise you are going to get cremated because of your low health pool and your lack of survivability that you have with these talents. You sacrifice survivability to get burst damage, and your auto attacks will start to burst a pretty significant amount. I'm actually just going to stay up here, get some marksman stacks. We're going to just keep the XP lead right now. I mean, it's going to help us a lot as long as we can hold on to it, especially if we can hit level 10 before the enemy team. So we'll head back down here, take a look for some... Oh, look at that Tyrael. Look at that Tyrael. He's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. No way. No way, Jose. Bye, Tyrael. I don't think he would have landed the bomb anyways, but it's best just to safely grab it. We can go and we can pick up those gems, completely miss out. What are we doing? Why are we crying for help down here? Is it the Jaina? I would love to engage on this Jaina. She is way out of position. And look at that damage from the auto attacks. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's fantastic. And honestly, we don't even have that much for stacks of marksmen, so it has nothing to do with the marksmen at this point. Let's go ahead and just clear up these mercenaries real quick, and then we can get, we can actually just turn in and get our next web weaver once we're done dealing with this mess. Enemy Zeratul is not going to get away. We're going to secure that kill just fine. So, as you can see, the enemy Zeratul, he's kind of exposing himself in situations where he's not guaranteed to get the kill. Whereas I'm trying to just expose myself in safe situations. We are level 10. I will be picking up the Void Prison. It's one of the best heroics in the game. There's just no reason ever not to be picking up. Let's engage on the enemy Tyrael, get as much damage done on him, and then just step away. Not overcommitting. We're not overcommitting here. We're just trying to do that poking damage, get kill shots when we can, do our Zeratul thing. I'm not trying to impress anybody with my numbers. I'm not trying to do anything too fancy. I'm just trying to do Zeratul stuff, and Zeratul stuff involves killing people. And I think we're doing pretty good at it so far. It's going pretty well. Let's come down here. Looks like lots of action going on in the middle there, and I really wanted to go for that kill. I really did. Enemy Jaina is way out of position here. Let's engage on her, blink away. I do want the kill, I certainly do. But I don't want to die to get the kill. So we did push her all the way back, and we are going to grab up some of these gems. And then just head down here and see how our buddy Chen is doing. I don't see it. Oh, it looks like that Kerrigan, she's under a lot of fire. She is going to get annihilated by the auto attack. What am I... I can't express it enough. The auto attack does a ton of damage. Look at this. That's 400 damage, and that's probably without the focused attack. We're going to blink to the other side of this wall, get out of that situation. We don't want Tyrael to get the jump on us. I am going to be picking up for my level 13 talent, Wormhole. Now I can blink in, deal damage, and then leave right away, as Wormhole allows me to... it allows you to return to whatever location you blinked from. So what you want to do with this is when you... blink in, you want to move around so that when you return to your original location, it's going to be harder for them to track you. If you just blink in and then blink right back, it's very predictable as far as where you're going to blink back to. But if you move around, if you take a few steps before you wormhole back, the enemy is going to be a lot more confused. Oh, Jaina is way out of position here, so we can engage, use that, and then use our wormhole just to pop back here. And we don't have to worry about getting hit by that Jaina heroic. Not that it would have done anything to me. But I just wanted to give you an example of how to use Wormhole. Let's come down here, engage. Actually, on the enemy Zeratul, We're going to engage on him. He's going to try to blink away, but he's not going to escape from this Zeratul. What'd I say about the false Zeratul? What'd I say about that false Zeratul? Alright, so let's come down here into the middle lane, try to see if we can find a situation where we can get a nice little kill on the enemy Tyrael. We engage the bomb. Is it going to be enough? Not quite, but not worth chasing that far, especially when we're slowed by that fort. Kerrigan is going to engage, and we are going to blink away, but we are going to die. We are going to die. Unfortunately, there's just nothing I could do about it. The poison was on. It's one of those situations where if I would have had first aid, I could have saved myself. But like I said, we're sacrificing the survivability for the burst damage output. And I mean, right now, you know, we got 14 kills, so it's not. We don't have all of them. We're not involved in all the takedowns. But the thing that I like to know is that those 14 takedowns were probably in mostly part due to me going there and destroying whatever hero. Versus me just being in the area. So that's what's important. You want to be the guy who finishes the kills, and you'll be doing a pretty good job as Zeratul. Zeratul is he's probably one of the highest skill cap characters as far as top tier characters right now. So I mean, you can, as well as you can play him, as much as you can get out of him, if that makes any sense. The better you play him, the more you get out of him. But this is a pretty effective way. Let's engage here on the enemy Jaina. Look at that damage. She's going to use Ice Block, but then she's just going to use Tyrael to save her. And we are going to try to blink away. Yes, we do get away. So we didn't get the kill, but somebody was able to clean up our mess for us. Let's come back here, take a drink from the well, clear up this minion wave. We'll get a couple more stacks from our marksman. The more stacks you can get for marksman, the more that auto attack is going to hit, especially when you get the focused attack on top of the follow-through. Your auto attack's going to do something like 600 damage. Unfortunately, we just lost a ton of gems. I was not able to get there in time. But we can come down here. I don't know. It looks like a lot of the enemy team is all cleaned up. So let's come down here and let's just engage on this. Continue to get those stacks. Why not? We're definitely in a position where I don't have to worry about really anything except staying alive and getting kills. Level 16 is here. We are going to be picking up double bombs, and this is the dream here. You throw out your cleave, auto attack, double bomb, auto attack, double bomb, auto attack, and you should get a pretty significant amount of damage. Like right there, auto attack, and then we're just gonna blink away. We don't want to be involved in a 2v1 if we're not gonna be able to secure that kill. But they certainly, wherever Jaina is, she's certainly a little concerned about what's going on here. I'll just steal those gems from the enemy Tyrael, engage on him a little bit. Come here, Tyrael. Come here, Tyrael. Alright, so he's just going to get pushed back a little bit. Tyrael's kind of a tough target to take down as his health pool and his shields give him a lot of sustain and survivability. So let's come down here. It looks like the enemy Zeratul, he is floating around. I don't know where anymore. But we should be able to secure this kill on the enemy Jaina. Yes, no problem. And I would engage in Sergeant Hammer if my health pool was not so freaking low right now. Let's go over here, engage. Oh, I was not able to get the Void Prison down. Oh, man. Thankfully, Muradin is going to pick up those gems. The enemy Zeratul getting a little bit of payback on me from earlier. Totally understandable. But that's a situation there where... he's right here. He's right here. Zeratul, he's right here. I told you! I told you he was there. That's a situation where I could have got out of that. I guarantee there's a way I could have got out of that. Zeratul, between his Void Prison and his Blink and his insane burst damage, there is almost always a way that you can not only get out of a really sticky situation, but sometimes even pull out a kill from it. And part of that was just due to my inexperience with Zeratul. I have played a lot of games with him. I mean, I think he's like level 9 right now, so, but they've been sparingly. I've never really like played Zeratul. It's always just, yeah, let's do Zeratul, you know? I want to be a stealther and I don't feel like playing Nova this time. But normally I'm the Nova player and one of my friends is the Zeratul player, so I'm definitely not claiming to be the best Zeratul player in the world, but I think I'm exercising very important things about Zeratul. Let's engage on the enemy Sergeant Hammer here. Throw out another one of those double bombs. Let's actually just put her in a... Oh, I was really hoping not to get Vala. But Vala stood there. I think she could have got away just fine, too. I don't know why she wasn't, like, spamming the get the heck out of my way. Unfortunately, Kerrigan does see me. I was going down to get the kill on Jaina, but I'm not going to go blow myself out of position. Come on, people. We need help. Looks like somebody's right here. I think this is the enemy Zeratul, so we'll wait for this. And see if we can at least get the kill on him. Yep, we can get the kill on him just fine. Wasn't executed very well, that's for sure. We're going to try to get back up into stealth here. Oh, there's way too many of them. There's just way too many of them. The enemy team is certainly doing a good job of coming back in this game. I think this is the point where we really needed to start team fighting a little bit more and staying together as a team, because we're staying too split up in the late game. Let's come down here. Looks like... And then we're going to blink over on the other side of this wall because it is just too dangerous. Hopefully we can continue. It looks like we're going to be staying grouped up a little bit here. Oh, that Jaina. That Jaina, though. See if we can finish her off and return to our blink location so that we don't get caught in that heroic. We still haven't secured the kill on Jaina, though, so let's move around to the backside and see if we can catch her out of position back there. It looks like she's starting to fall back. We're going to attach the double bomb. We're going to attach the other double bomb and get that kill. There we go. Doing Zeratul things. Doing Zeratul things. Let's blink up over here. Throw down that void prison and then just die. Unfortunately, the enemy team was able to catch me out of position. That Kerrigan was on par with jumping all over me. My mouse loves to just slide down. We should really be sticking together more, or they'll keep catching up. So right now, Muradin is down up in the top lane. He really should be helping out his friends until we clean up some of this mess. Looks like the enemy Tyrael is going to fall, and now he's going to try to land that bomb on... He did nick Vala a little bit, but not the best bomb. Seems like Tyrael bombs are really easy to avoid, but I don't know. When I've played them, I've had some really amazing kills with that Tyrael bomb, so I don't know if I was just lucky. The enemy team is engaging with the friendly team. Zeratul needs to die. There he goes, and now Sergeant Hammer is a sitting duck. What's going on here? Is she going to get away? No! Muradin's not going to let it happen. He's going to secure the kill with the bolt. Nice job, Muradin. We're going to be picking up Rewind, even though I never get the opportunity to use it, but hey, fingers crossed for the video that we'll be able to use it today. Basically just gives you a ton more damage output. The friendly web weavers are coming down. Yeah, I would love to get the boss right now, but I need some help. Alright, I see Muradin. He's on his way. There we go. If you want to get the boss on this map, the best time, honestly, even when the enemy team is up, is when your web weavers are just about to come down, because the enemy team is not necessarily going to expect you to be missing at the boss. You know what I mean? So they might know you're missing, but they might think that you're coming and gathering around this area here. So we were at a great advantage because the enemy team was also missing many members of their team, so it was almost a guarantee we would secure that boss. But you need to be able to tag the boss. If you don't hit it before these little giant spider butts come rolling down the lanes, you're not going to get an opportunity to get the boss. It's going to disappear until these things are dead. So right now we got the boss and the spider weavers all coming in, and we are going to push this fort together. Wow, Zeratul coming in and doing a lot of damage that we're not very happy about. Let's come in here and engage on the enemy Tyrael. Uh-oh. And we're going to use our blink to get away, and then let's actually just trap them all in a void prison. Yeah, you probably want to leave. Let's see if we can collect those gems. No, we didn't get them. Zeratul using that crappy heroic, the melee Zeratul heroic, is going to secure the kill on my friend. I don't know what they're pinging about. Well, it looks like... Oh, yeah, goodbye. Alright, then we'll just blink over here so we can get into stealth, pick up a couple of those gems. I'm glad that I responded to that ping. Certainly glad I responded to that ping. I think Muradin wants to try to end this game with Jaina there. I think what I would prefer to do is get Jaina caught out of position. She knows I'm down here. What are you going to do, Jaina? Oh, and Jaina is caught way out of position as we blinked right into her. Sorry I wasn't talking there. That was just too important to make sure I didn't screw that up. That was a fantastic kill on Jaina. I do say so myself. I think Muradin helped out a little bit. It looked like she got the stun hammer in her face. But yeah, I'm really glad that it was Tomb of the Spider Queen that came up for my first try here. As I usually try to come home, do a video real quick. If it's a good match at all, or a good example of to play the character, I'll throw it up online. If it's just a steamroll train wreck, I usually don't throw those up online. So if you guys are wondering why I'm not doing a lot of videos, one, it's I'm not really playing a ton of games at the moment. I'm playing more Hero League games than Quick Match. And two, it's just I want to provide you guys with a good match. I don't necessarily care if I win or lose, but if I win and it's by 4 or 5 levels, it's just kind of like unexciting. Nobody really cares, in my opinion. You watch the match and you're 4 or 5 levels up and you think, well, they're gonna win, you know, like this enemy team is terrible. I think this was a good match though. I mean, we definitely had a huge XP advantage in the beginning, and a lot of that had to do with securing those kills early on. But it can easily get turned around. Last night I was playing Zeratul Nova combo on this map in Hero League. We were several levels ahead. We were like 15 kills ahead, and the enemy team actually came back and won because even though Nova and Zeratul were getting a huge XP lead with those kills, the entire friendly team just didn't really rally together to fight as a team in the end game. So the end game can be turned around at any point, but having that level advantage early on really helps, and Zeratul, if you can secure those kills, will get you that level advantage. Let's go over, hey, check it out. Master Portrait Zeratul has been unlocked, so we did finally hit level 9 with him. We take a look at the stats. Probably, I mean, it's not too awful. 30,000 damage. We were underneath Vala, Zagara, and Sergeant Hammer. It really depends on how much poke you can get involved in this match, but the important part is how many kills you were getting and how many times you didn't die. So we can take a look. Zeratul is involved in 20 of his, the enemy Zeratul is involved in 20 takedowns, but he died 10 times. So, I mean, basically 10 of those takedowns were nullified by his own death. And that's really, really important to know, is that if you kill somebody and you die, you nullified that death almost completely. I mean, it's very situational that it's ever worth dying to get a kill. You know, maybe it's to hold an objective and the rest of your team is all up, but it's very, very situational and rare. So let's actually take a look and see how the two Zeratuls built differently. So the enemy Zeratul picked up the reduced cooldown of Blink, which is, I think, you know, it's a fairly common choice. It's not a bad choice at all. I like Season's Marksman for that extra damage, or Regeneration Master for the additional regen prospects when you're running around in stealth. We both went with the focused attack. We both went with follow through. He went for Shadow Assault, though. Which maybe helped him get some kills, but honestly, Void Prison can save your life, it can secure kills, it can save your base, it can do so many things. The only thing Shadow Assault will ever do for you is help you get a little damage and get closer to somebody. It doesn't come close to how good Void Prison is. So it's just one of those situations where Shadow Assault isn't a bad heroic, but Void Prison is so good that you're always going to be missing out in more situations by picking up the other one. It's kind of like Rhaegar's Bloodlust and Ancestral Healing. Bloodlust is awesome. There's so many cool things you could do with it. But is it worth not having Ancestral Healing? Probably not in most cases. And then we can take a look. Looks like we both took Wormhole at level 13. He went for the Rendering Cleave, which I've considered doing in the past. Your cleave deals extra damage instead of the second bomb. So if you're new to Zeratul and you're trying this build out, this might be a safer talent for you because the double bomb kind of requires you to get the bomb, the auto attack, the bomb. You don't want to just throw 2 bombs out on them, or you miss out on that follow through bonus damage with the auto attack. So this is going to get you guaranteed damage, but it's not going to get you nearly as much damage as using the double bomb appropriately. And then at level 20, he went for Shadow Assault, grants life steal, and the duration is increased by 50%. I can't really speak for it because I've never picked up Shadow Assault. You know, like I said, Void Prison is just too darn good to not have. It helps your team so much. And then we went for Rewind, which we got to use to secure that kill on Jaina in the end. So, I mean, for myself, I'm happy with the Zeratul play. I think this really exercise how you want to play Zeratul. But we did die 4 times. So there's 4 times in that match that you can go back and look and say, this is how you could have done it differently, and then try to practice that in the game. I mean, that's exactly what I do when I rewatch the videos and editing, is I look at my mistakes and say, okay, I can see where I can learn from that. Unfortunately, I'm not able to point those out to you guys because it's live commentary. So that's one thing to note. I wish some people are like, oh, why didn't this happen? And it's, you know, I would give you the explanation if it wasn't live and wasn't focusing on the game and commentary. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I thought it was a lot of fun. Man, Zeratul, he is so strong right now. So strong. Zeratul and Abathur is becoming very popular right now in competitive play. So if you have an Abathur friend, pair up with a Zeratul and kind of figure out that combination because it can do a ton of damage. But yeah, any Zeratul players out there, I'm really surprised that people haven't been using this build for longer because he's had most of these talents for as long as I can remember. And for some reason, everybody always goes for the survivability, the safer things like Greater Cleave is an option that's really popular. A lot of people pick. In my opinion, Greater Cleave is a crutch. It's additional range that you don't necessarily need with Zeratul. You're already really close to people when he goes off. So when you go for the additional range, it's because you don't trust yourself to get close enough to hit that. So, I mean, that's why I don't like the extended. You guys should, if anyone's watched this channel, you know I love extended range. But when it comes to melee characters and melee attacks, that additional range is really more of a crutch than it is a necessity to latch onto that extra kill. Not saying it doesn't have value, but this is going to get you a lot more damage, and it's going to train you to be a better Zeratul player. When you do the Greater Cleave, you get used to having that large cleave radius, and you're going to miss your cleaves. So if you just avoid that talent, then as you get better and better at Zeratul, you're used to being right up next to him, cleave, auto attack, bomb, auto attack. When you get that down, no matter what kind of build you're picking up with Zeratul, you're going to be a good Zeratul player. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I'll try to get out some more videos soon, hopefully. We'll see. This weekend is Father's Day, so if I don't get another video up until then, just want to say happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Until next time.